there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
Hey guys, welcome back once again to Niagara Fire Corals. Make sure you stick around. Today we're going to be drilling the frag tank, installing the new eShop's Overflow, and we're going to get some plumbing put together on the new frag system build.
Go, 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 yeah, go, go. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go, go.
Okay guys, so as stated at the beginning of the video, we're going to be using the eShop's Eclipse series Overflow. This takes kind of all the effort out of doing an overflow box on a system. This is the small. And you can see here, if I zoom this in, they make three sizes in the Eclipse series. This is the small. It's good for a 75-gallon tank. Then you got your medium, which is good for 100-gallon, and you've got your large, which is good for 150-gallon. So this is the small. I'm going to open the box up, and I'm going to show you guys what comes inside the box. That makes this a more simple project for anybody out there that wants to try and do it. So we'll go ahead and we'll open this up. Okay, right off the bat, guys, I'm going to just back this up a bit. Right on the top, so this here, this is actually your diamond hole saw. That's going to be perfectly sized for what you need for drilling your glass to fit this overflow. It makes it so simple. So it actually comes with your diamond bit. Get a little information packet with it with some directions on how to do it. And then you get your overflow itself. Now the one thing about this overflow that's really appealing to me is Look how thin the inner box is for this. So I'll separate them so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Okay guys, so I got the stickers off the top here. So as you can see, completely removable. Nice little lid. Removes off of there. This is your standpipe inside. This is for your emergency overflow. All the bulkheads are provided. You don't have to worry about going out and getting bulkheads. And then I'm just going to separate the two pieces. Alright guys, so here's the part that'll be inside of the tank. Like, look how thin that is. Like, it's the thickness of my thumb. So it's not going to take up a huge amount of space in your tank like a lot of other overflows do. This was very appealing to me, and this is one of the main reasons why I went with this overflow box. So that would be the inner portion. This again is the outside. These bulkheads, they fit 1-inch PVC. So we've got our bulkheads, everything is ready to go. And they even send you the template so you don't make any mistakes drilling your hole. You just simply find your center mark of where you want your hole to be on the tank, whether it be in the center of the back or the center of one of the ends or in a corner. You stick your template in place and tape it down or clamp it down, whichever you prefer, and then you just drill right through the hole that's in this template, and your overflow box is going to sit on your tank and work perfectly. So they've really put together a nice package here to make it easy for anybody doing it the first time. So we're going to get into doing this now, guys, and I'm going to go get the tank and everything prepped and ready to go. As you saw, we've already got the tank painted, and we're ready to drill this tank and start plumbing. Alright guys, so we've brought the tank into the sub room here. I'm just going to show you guys how to get it ready to go. So here's the template again. You can see there's an arrow on it there. That arrow goes to the top of the tank. So I'm just going to measure. I'm going to find center along the back, and then we're going to clamp this into place. So in measuring the tank, it's exactly 48 inches. So I'm just going to mark the 2-foot mark for 24 inches on the back. And then our template, I'm going to line that arrow up, pointing right at my mark. And that is going to be where our template's going to go for drilling the hole. I'm just going to use a couple of these little clamps. They'll work perfectly for holding this in place so it doesn't move on me when I'm drilling. There we go. So we've got it clamped into place, and I just want to point out one thing you want to make sure that you do when you're drilling a tank is directly underneath, throw some rags, some towels. And the reason for this is not because there's going to be water, but what's going to happen is when you drill through, that little piece of glass that's going to come out of that hole is going to fall, and you don't want to hit in your front pane and smash in your front pane. So make sure you put something underneath of the hole when you're drilling it so that piece doesn't fall and break your tank on you. You want to make sure it's nice and tight in there. And I'll just point out one thing I do. Like, I've drilled many tanks, but I'll show you one thing that I always do when I drill a tank, just in case, is when I'm approaching the drill, I hold it with my left hand. I hold the bit until I get it in position, and then I'll start drilling at that point. And the reason I do that, I also do it when I lift away. And the reason I do that is because the last thing you want is to be approaching the hole and your bit follow to your drill. It shouldn't happen, but if it did, it could potentially break or damage your tank, and you don't want that to happen. So just hold on to the bit until you're in position, and then hold on to it as you pull it away. So I'm just going to go get my father-in-law. He's nice enough he's volunteered to help me. He's just going to dribble some water on this to lubricate the bit as I drill it. It's just a lot easier with two people. You can do it alone. I just prefer to have two people if I have them available. So I'm going to go get him. We're going to get this drilled out, and then we can start plumbing. Okay guys, so here we go. We can start to get into some of the plumbing for this tank. As you can see, I've already got the light hung. Don't know if that's going to be the height yet. I'll check par readings on it after. I just wanted to get it up there so I didn't have to work over top of the tank. So light went up first, tank went into position, and I don't know if you can see in the video here, but I did dump 5 gallons of water in there, just because there's no weight to this tank, and I just find that, you know, working on a tank like this with no weight in it, it's easy to keep moving around on you when you're trying to do your plumbing and everything else. So I just threw 5 gallons, put an extra 50 pounds on it so it can settle into place and won't be moving around on me. So there you have it guys, the tank is in place. We do have plans for this little area in between, but I haven't said anything about that yet, but it'll come in upcoming videos. This is the Lowboy, and we're going to get that overflow installed, and we'll start getting it plumbed up. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and start getting this overflow box installed. It's pretty straightforward and simple. First thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to tighten up these bulkheads that are on the bottom. They do come with all the rubber gaskets and everything that you need. Alright guys, so there you go. You can see I got those bulkheads are nice and tight now. So when we install this is going to be on the outside of the tank out here. And then the very streamlined overflow box is going to be on the inside. So for the overflow box, you've got a rubber gasket. You put one on here. Just like that. And then you're going to also have one that we're going to put on the other side here. One will go on this side as well. We'll put the other O-ring on the back side of it. Then we just tighten up this nut. Okay guys, so we got it all installed. I'll just bring you in for a little bit of a closer look here. You can see there, that's going to be for 1-inch plumbing in the back. Got it all installed. That big nut in there, you can almost do it hand tight. I do tighten it just a hair past hand tight, but Like when I say a hair, I mean like and that's it. You do not want to over tighten that nut. You could damage or crack your tank, so be careful when doing that. But we got her all installed. The only thing left to do now is, sorry about the shaky camera guys, we're just going to put our emergency overflow in. Alright, and then we're going to put our lid back on. It's a little tight back here guys, sorry. And there we have it. So our overflow is all installed, and now we can get to doing some plumbing. Alright guys, you ready to get your plumb on? Let's go! Alright guys, so it's pretty tight back here for me to get the camera in, so I'll just give you guys some some updates as we're going along, some shots of what we're doing. I'm going to start out with plumbing the overflow box to the sump on the existing 150. But before I start, if you can get your hands on a pair of these, when you're doing a job like this, it will make your life a lot easier. These things cut through this PVC pipe like nobody's business. They can cut up to 1.5 inches. I bought these a long time ago, and the time that they save you and the headache, worth every penny. So I'm gonna go ahead, get started, and I'll keep updating you guys as we go. Alright guys, so far I've put in my double drops for the main and the emergency overflow, and they are going to travel across the back, and I will be punching them through into the back side of this stand here underneath of the 150, and that's how I'm going to carry the drains over to the sump that's in underneath of the 150 here. So I'll get going on that, and I'll take you in underneath that tank and show you how I bring them into the sump. Check out how easy these guys cut. That's it guys, worth every penny. Okay guys, so good news is I was able to get both runs. Let me just turn around. Both runs all the way through in one piece. I didn't have to couple them or anything. So I'll just show you here. So I cut this access hole into the side of that 150-gallon stand. And these carry through, and I'll show you on the other side where they are. Alright guys, here we are underneath the 150. You can see where those two lines come in there. And they carry across. And then I'll cut them off and I'll drop them right into this section here. And we'll be good to go. So I'll get that set up, and I'll get these two lines secured up. And once that's done, we can get into plumbing our pump. We're going to be going off of right there, putting a T in, and we'll be heading out the opposite way back over to the Lowboy and putting in dual returns over there. Alright guys, so there we go. Got our control valve in, got our two drop downs. The main one's in behind this 1.5 inch line here, goes into the filter, and then the emergency overflow is just there in the back corner. Goes across through, and it's going all the way over to that overflow box. Next, we're going to come off of this. I'm going to cut that elbow out there. We're going to put a T in there. We're going to T that. We're going to head out the side and over to the Lowboy, and we're going to set up a dual return over there. It's going to be double 3/4 inch lines, so we're going to get started on that now. Okay, so what I'm thinking is I'm gonna drill through the stand right here in this corner and over in the back corner, and I'm gonna bring up one return here and one over in that corner there. So I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna drill these holes, and then we're gonna get plumbing to put the two returns in on this end of the Lowboy, and we're getting close. We're almost ready. We can start circulating some water. Okay guys, sorry it's a little dark in here. I got everything shut down. The water's drained back. You can see the sump level right now is really high. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to cut this. That is my line from my pump. Now this pump right now for this tank, it's only running at 50%. So I have no problems with, I'm going to tee off and I'm going to feed it to the Lowboy as well. And I'll just crank that pump up to 100%. So we're going to start plumbing this in, and then I'll show you what I did up at the tank. So here's our 2 returns at the tank. So I'll be able to control both. The flow to both sides. You know, if one's getting more flow than the other. And I just obviously got to put the other piece in and down. I'm not doing that quite yet because I don't know exactly where my water level in here is going to be, and I want to wait and see where that is so I don't have too much water back siphon out of here back to the sump, so I don't have to worry about overflowing. But that's where we're at right now, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to tee off of that pump, and then we'll get to connecting these up underneath. Guys, we are officially in full-on disaster, but I am out of breath. I am whipped. That is a full day. But as you can see, we turn these on. We got water. Turn this guy on. Alright, so we got our return plumbing is on. Our drain is hooked up. And now we're ready to fill the tank with water. But that's going to be it for today, guys. I'm whipped, and make sure you come back for the next one. Alright guys, that's it for today. Hopefully that'll give anybody out there the confidence they need to drill their own tank. It really isn't that difficult to do. And we're ready to go. We're going to get water in this system. Make sure you guys keep an eye out for the next video coming out, where we do some finalizations to this system and get some coral in there. Until the next time, guys, make sure you take care and happy reefing.